Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We have some breaking news for you now. Several crews are responding right now to the Rose Creek neighborhood in South Fargo for a rollover crash. Crews on scene say a man and a child were in the car at the time of the crash. The call came in a little after 4 this afternoon. It happened at the intersection of Rose Creek Parkway South and Rose Creek Boulevard. A car hit a tree and flipped onto its roof. Police on scene believe that speed and alcohol were factors in the crash. Crews are asking you to avoid that area so they can clean up the scene. Stick with Valley News Live as more information develops on this breaking story. Police are investigating a situation that happened this evening in Moorhead. Crews were called to an apartment complex on the 2400 block of 4th Avenue North in Moorhead on a report of a disturbance. Police say this is still an active investigation and couldn't give us more details, but they say there is no threat to the public. Stick with Valley News Live for more updates on this story as well. A new study finds nail salons have higher levels of some cancer-causing chemicals than oil refineries and auto garages. Exposure to the materials can be especially harmful to workers breathing in that air day after day. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz went to a local salon to find out what's in the products there, and she has more for us tonight.
Here at Fargo's Hair Success, founder Jill Cron says there are many questionable ingredients in products out there.
I think it'd be really hard for them to regulate everything. So I think it's more about us taking responsibility for what we use.
For example, this salon passes on products with formaldehyde in them for this very reason. A new study examining 6 Colorado nail salons finds levels of formaldehyde, benzene, and other carcinogens so high they even surpass auto garages. This chart shows graphs of the levels in salons. The dashed and dotted lines show oil refineries and auto garages.
We've had lots of products that people want us to carry, but if we think they have formaldehyde or anything in them, we will not do that service.
So what kinds of products have the carcinogens? Dr. Lupita Montoya, a lead author of the study, says cancer-causing chemicals can be found in certain nail polishes and acrylics and gels.
There's a number of different chemicals that they have in each one of these different products that they use.
Some of the Brazilian blowouts we will not do here, just because of it's not worth the safety for the guest and the safety for the staff person. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you have ethnic hair, it really does make it straight and beautiful, but really at what risk?
And if you're unsure about certain ingredients in a product, we're told you should at least know where a product comes from.
We talk with their chemists and the people that formulate it.
In Fargo, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
The researchers tell us they compared the levels of the cancer-causing chemicals to levels measured by the EPA and the CDC. Out of all the chemicals surveyed in the study, we're told only formaldehyde and benzene are currently measured for them to be compared with. For more on the study, head to our website and click on this story. We have new information tonight surrounding a death in Barnes County. Autopsy reports show 57-year-old David Palmer died of hypothermia. On March 22nd, Palmer's body was recovered on 12th Street Southeast in Barnes County. That's southeast of Laverne. The body was sent to the UND Medical School for an autopsy, and authorities say the autopsy report shows Palmer died of hypothermia. There was no foul play involved in this case. We're missing the sunshine from yesterday and hoping to get it back soon. Let's not wait to find out what's happening around the region. Justin is here now with your No Wait weather. Justin?
And thank you, Andrea. Good evening, everybody. We are seeing mainly cloudy skies around the region. You could see a few peaks of sun, especially if you're north or west of Devil's Lake. Everybody is seeing clouds and some rain further south. Now, taking a look at where we're seeing the rain right now, mainly off to the south and southeast of Fargo. Some light rain showers into the Gwinner, Winemere, and Lidgerwood, Breckenridge area, and more into Lakes Country right now from Otter Tail County into Grant County, Hubbard, Wadena County. That's going to be the best chance to see some rain shower activity. Temperatures on the cool side, coolest off to our south and east with upper 30s and lower 40s, and warmest off into the northern valley. We're seeing some mid-50s, but we are keeping that northerly wind, and that is keeping temperatures down. Winds starting to get breezy to windy out there with wind speeds of 15 to 30 miles per hour. So into the Fargo area, mainly cloudy skies this evening. Temperatures falling back into the mid and then eventually lower 40s. Best chance of seeing some showers south and southeast of Fargo. So the good news is we actually have a few days. We're going to see a lot of sunshine and warming up over the next 7 days. We'll tell you how warm. That's coming up later in the newscast.
Okay, thanks, Justin. Authorities have identified the man who died in a crash near Montpelier, North Dakota. The Highway Patrol says 80-year-old Daryl Kirshenman was rear-ended by a truck that was behind him on Highway 46. That happened Monday evening. His Jeep then hit the ditch and rolled. He was thrown from the vehicle and died. The other driver, Damon Smith, was treated at the Jamestown Hospital but is going to be okay, we're told. No charges have been filed, and this crash is still under investigation. You could be drinking contaminated water that could lead to birth defects, cancer, and infertility. A new report targets Fargo as being the only city in North Dakota that could have unhealthy chemicals in its water supply. Valley News Team's Maddie Jelseth talked to local experts about how safe our water is.
Every day we're exposed to tap water, whether we're cleaning with it or drinking it. But a new study says that water could be contaminated with dangerous chemicals that could lead to serious health concerns, like heart issues, cancer, and development delays. And the danger may be closer than you'd think. The report includes this map, which shows that the city of Fargo's water could be contaminated.
The information we got from the Air Force Civil Engineering Center is that the EPA put out a lifetime health advisory stating that if there's above 70 parts per trillion of PFAS, PFOA detected in the drinking water, it's just simply, something to be cautious of.
That PFAS he's talking about came from firefighting foam that was used at the base back in 2016. And 3 years later, it can still be found on the base, but isn't in use anymore.
It's simply legacy foam sitting in our system. It would only be used in an emergency.
Experts say despite the warning, they expect Fargo's water to be safe.
We're good to go. We're good to go. We're safe.
The heavy clay soils in the Red River Valley restrict groundwater flow, so we're optimistic that that mitigation may have prevented any contaminants from reaching any drinking wells.
But for now, we'll just have to wait and see what further testing turns up. In Fargo, Maddie Jelseth, Valley News Live.
The EPA set a healthy advisory value for the limit of PFAS chemicals in drinking water, but it has not set a legal limit yet. In Minnesota, the interactive map shows 5 different cities that have contaminated drinking water. To see if your city has this chemical in its drinking water, go to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. The largest single-day food drive in the country happens on Saturday. And if you're asked to be part of it, it's the National Association of Letter Carriers Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. And today, letter carriers fanned out across the metro area to deliver plastic bags to your home. They would like you to fill them up to help feed needy people in our community. Last year, you contributed 50,000 pounds of food in the metro area. The letter carriers are asking you to kick it up this year.
I can tell you how good it is when you're driving out to the route, and it might not be on your route, but you're looking at all these other places as you're driving by and you're seeing the bags out there. And it just gives you a good feeling that, hey, people are listening, people are helping out, and it's going to be a good day.
All the food you contribute will be distributed to the Dorothy Day House, the Emergency Food Pantry, and the Great Plains Food Bank. This nationwide effort is in its 27th year. We are learning more tonight about Vice President Mike Pence's plans during his trip to the Valley this week. Pence will land at Fargo's airport a little after 11 tomorrow morning. He's expected to arrive at R&J Johnson Farms in Glendon around noon to talk with farmers and promote the United States-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. And then later that day, Pence will travel to St. Paul to visit a steel mill. A GoFundMe campaign organized for the boy who was thrown from the 3rd floor at the Mall of America has now surpassed $1 million. The campaign was set up to help his family cover medical costs. More than 28,000 people from 42 countries and all 50 states have donated. According to the family, the 5-year-old has shown signs of recovery and is alert and conscious. If you rent your home in North Dakota, you could get some money back from a renter's refund. You could qualify for up to $400 through the homestead tax credit. You have to be 65 years or older or disabled, make less than $42,000 a year, and 20% of your annual rent must exceed 4% of your net income. Applications are due at the end of this month. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and Prince Harry proudly showed off their new son to the world, Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. Harry cradled their baby in his arms as the couple posed for the cameras, the first in a lifetime of photos for the 2-day-old baby, who is 7th in line to the throne. The infant is the 8th great-grandchild of 93-year-old Elizabeth, Britain's longest reigning monarch.